Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese of a CFSB 2 models, and I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that first, the video release is our 6 AM UK weather forecast. It's a 10 to 14 day on the way in about an hour or so's time. So please like, share, and subscribe on all today's videos and content. And thank you so much everybody for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much everyone. Right, going to start off with the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly from the JMA from the Arctic and the North Pole view down. So this is the North Pole just here, a couple of wider Arctic circles around there, and then the mid latitudes are through here. Blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange, and red to above average heights, which is high pressure. These broke down to week periods. The first week period will take from today the 5th through to the 12th of July, becoming week looking unsettled, with a trough of below average heights over and to the west of the UK and Ireland into the Atlantic, and it would bring the flow in from off the Atlantic. So an unsettled week 1 to start us off. Week 2 will be the 12th to the 19th of July, with high pressure sitting to the north and also to the east. Low pressure is out to west. This pulls the wind up from a southerly or southwesterly direction. It's still quite unsettled, I think, Matt, especially so for more western and southern regions. It will see an increase in temperature as the wind shifts around to much more of a southerly type direction. Could be southwesterly, but it will be a warmer week, but probably still quite mixed and rather unsettled. Weeks 3 and 4, 19th to 22nd of July, showing quite a significant change with above average heights then building through the Atlantic and to the north and the west of the UK and Ireland. That should settle things down a lot. Not necessarily going to be overly hard, I have to say. Could find ourselves still sort of on the cool side of the wind direction and the jet stream, but should be a lot more settled anyway, and it should certainly feel a little bit more like summer. Well, let's have a look at the tropical and mid-latitude view to confirm all of that. So we can't see the Arctic, Scandinavia, Greenland, Iceland, all those areas off the chart up here, but we're in the top right hand corner of the chart. We can see us just, and a reminder of a week 1 500 millibar heights anomaly with below average heights, low pressure in the Atlantic, bring unsettled conditions. The temperature anomaly is cooler than average, below average temperature to come in the week ahead from the 5th through to the 12th of July, and also above average rainfall, so a cool and rather wet week to come. Week 2 will be the 12th to the 19th of July, with low pressure out of the Atlantic, high pressure is away to the northeast, and winds coming up from a southerly type direction. Temperature anomaly is coming out rather above average. There is a bit of an increase in the temperature, though not by a great deal. Actually, most of the really warm hot weather is over on the eastern side and southeastern side of Europe there. Nevertheless, it looks like the temperature just lift up a little bit as we go through to week 2. I would expect it to be probably be a bit warmer than that. And actually, it is a little bit drier than I thought as well, despite that trough of low pressure being just to the west of the island. So yeah, turning drier and warmer anyway through week 2. And then weeks 3 and 4 is the 19th of July to the 2nd of August, with higher pressure sitting just out to the west of the country. The temperature anomaly getting its average, but just to our west, actually a bit on the cooler than average side. So no real evidence of a heat wave. Bear in mind, this is a 2-week anomaly, I should say. And as far as precipitation goes, weeks 3 and 4, well, that is coming out drier than average. So there is a drying trend here as we're going through July, and a slight warming one as well, but nothing overly excessive. Let's have a look at CFS and see how that compares. Again, these are 500 millibar height anomalies breaking down into weekly periods. The first week period takes us from the 5th of July to the 11th, with below average heights across the northwest. Europe looks unsettled for the week ahead. Week 2 sees a change, and it is in agreement with the JMA as well. It's the 12th to the 18th of July, with higher pressure building to both the north and the east of the country, bringing the wind up and more of a southerly or southeast direction. Week 3 will be the 19th to 25th of July. High pressure sticks right over top of the country. That could be very warm under that area of high pressure, because I would imagine that wind with the position of that high is coming in from like a direct easterly. And easterly winds, like in the middle of July, second half of July, they can be really quite hot at times. Week 4 will be the 26th of July to 1st of August, still with high pressure sitting over just to the east coast. This could be a really warm, maybe hot second half of July here, if the CFS is right. So temperature numbers for week 1, 5th to the 11th, are coming out below average. Week 2, which is up to the 18th of July, that comes out near normal, so temperature begins to lift up a little bit. But it's not really until week 3, 19th to the 25th of July, that temperature normally goes above average by about 1 to 2 degrees. And then week 4, see temperature normally coming down a little bit, but certainly looks much warmer anyway through the second half of July. That's the 26th of July to 1st of August. And then finally, precipitation-wise, 5th to 11th of July. So a wet week to come, particularly for England and Wales, turning drier though into week 2, which is the 12th to the 18th of July. And then looking really very dry actually for week 3. It's the 19th to 25th of July, significantly drier than normal there. I reckon that could be a heat wave week, to be honest, that third week of July there. And then by the time we get through the week 4, we're losing the signal by the 26th of July to the 1st of August. The hottest and driest weather this month could be occurring like through the 3rd week of the month, and then maybe things wobbling a bit and start to cool down a bit, perhaps turn a bit more unsettled into the last days. But looks like this could play out very much like June did, I have to say. June started off, really cool in the first week, 10 days. Then there was a warm up. There was some hot days through the 3rd week, and then things gradually started cooling down, turning a bit more unsettled through the final days of the month. And this hints, I think, at June playing out in a very similar fashion. July playing out in a very similar fashion to June. So it remains to be seen. It's all speculative. Remember, any forecast on 5-7 days comes with big health warnings attached. And this is just a snapshot of what these two models show you. You'll be able to see tomorrow morning at about 10 a.m. What the ECM WF 42 days, 6 weeks forecast model is predicting for the next 6 weeks. That could be quite an interesting video tomorrow morning. But if you enjoyed JMA Friday for this week, please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to be back shortly with a 10 and 14 day. So for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.